Okay, Instagram, you can't really see everything, but it's just gonna be like that. Something like that. Okay, let me check. See, we're live. Okay, cool. We are here with AlleyHTseries, late night edition. Late night edition. I got, okay, Instagram can't really see anything. I got the humidifier going. I mean, geez, a diffuser. It's not a humidifier, it's a diffuser. And it has inside a eucalyptus and lavender. So it's Troublemaker Tuesdays, the part of the week where I tell you that it's not your fault that you're sick. It's not your fault that you're fat, or it's not your fault that you don't feel good. I also have lime water. I put half a lime in the water, and this is 15.5 ounces. So I like it. So we're talking about plastics, and I put, of course, the diffuser's plastic. Like, this is plastic. I mean, there's coconut has plastic. There's bins. Let me see if you can see under my bed. These have plastics in it for Instagram. I just moved. I had suitcases, and because of the radiation that we talked about last week, I was finally able to replace them at least into plastic, which who knows if it's even better. But we're going to get into it. I'm just going to read from the medical. There's going to be more articles I'm going to look about. And I mean, look, this is plastic, this end of the charger. The tops of these are plastic. These headphones, I'm guessing this is all plastic. This chair, this table, plastic. All right, so let's see what medical medium. This is from Cleanse to Heal. Oh, dang, I gotta move the iPad. Let me see where can I put this. I'm sorry, so I can read this. Okay, better view anyway. Perfect. Okay, medical medium, Cleanse to Heal. And this is what it says. Let me adjust this a little bit so I can read it better. Floop, 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 floop. Okay. So, all right. Plastics. Troublemaker Tuesdays. This is a medical medium, Cleanse the Hill, or Anthony William. Plastic is, let's pick a plastic. Plastic is getting more and more attention lately, particularly when it comes to the environment. As we become more and more aware of how much it is around us, the reality that plastic exposure isn't good for us either is also starting to sink in. There are plastics in pharmaceuticals and PVC pipes. So many items such as meats are wrapped in plastic. The list goes on. Because plastics are everywhere and because there's already a lot of fear and chaos surrounding plastic bottles, bags, packagings, and straws, my goal is not to make you more afraid. Rather, it is to get you thinking about trying to remove years of accumulated plastics from your body. What does it mean that plastic isn't good for us? Well, plastic is a petroleum-based byproduct. It's a concoction of various chemicals toxic to the human body, added together to create polymers. Formulations come in different ratios to create different degrees of hardening, with some plastics stronger for industrial use and others flexible, like a plastic bag. Problematic as plastic is, it's a useful resource for many applications. We can't run away from it and hide from it and rid it from our lives entirely. I mean, it's so useful. Sometimes we rely on plastics in the kitchen to make our healing recipes. or store them. High quality blenders, juicers, and food processors are worth using and don't pose the risks that cheap disposable plastics do. While we can limit plastic straws and stop plastic bags, the next thing you know, you'll be using water that was pumped through your house in PVC pipes, which, while a safer route than metal pipes, will still lead to plastic exposure. What about the plastic hair clip you touch, the computer keyboard, or the shoe made from the fall vegan leather? Plastic is everywhere. Even if you think that you've made choices to keep plastic out of every area of your life, be aware that in every state in this country, you're still breathing it in the air due to burning plastics from agriculture. Certain times of the year in hot weather are difficult for sensitive people due to accumulated toxins in the air. Burning plastics is one of these toxins. So we inhale plastics, we eat it, we drink it. We're all exposed, we can't run, we can't hide. Plastic items have a runoff we can't see. When saliva touches it, or water touches it, or any kind of oil, including the natural oils from the skin on your hand, touches plastic, it takes a little plastic along with it. This is on a minute scale, barely detectable. It's still enough that it adds up. When this plastic runoff enters the body, it doesn't leave because our diets and lifestyles today don't allow it to leave. With other poisons and contaminants we're exposed to daily that are also entering our body, plus the way we eat, we're not able to detoxify properly. It's not that plastic is the only thing we have to worry about. As you can see from this chapter, so much is coming into our body all at once. If you've been sticking to the series, I've already talked about gasoline and pesticides and mercury and perfumes and colognes and detergents, all that great stuff that we're thankful for and we've enjoyed. Plastic tends to stay active in the body, reacting to other poisons and toxins. If you have troublemakers such as insecticides, other pesticides, fungicides, or solvent based conventional cleaners inside your body, they're interacting with the nano sized plastic film that's coming off the plastic you're touching, eating, and drinking that's entering your body. When the other chemicals in your body interact with plastic petrochemical film, its composition changes, making it even more toxic than it would be otherwise. Plastic ends up in organs all through the body. No organ is safe from it or devoid of plastic exposure. In the summertime, we sit on plastic lawn furniture heated by the sun. We sit on plastic bench chairs while we put on suntan lotion. And when that sunscreen on our arms or legs or back gets sandwiched between our skin and the plastic chair, the reaction occurs that makes the plastic bleach more. Me personally, I just use coconut oil. I know everybody says that's crazy, but I've been doing it since 2014 and using that as my sunscreen and lotion. That's only, and I like to use the cocoa butter. That's but for the sun, I use coconut oil. That's only one prime example. Suntan lotion on our skin against plastic pool toys has the same effect. And do you ever go camping with a tent made from nylon, polyester, and other forms of plastic? What about plastic clothing and plastic shoes, which are getting quite popular? Stand next to a home with vinyl siding as the wind is blowing. Stand next to a home with vinyl siding as the wind is blowing. Sit inside a home with open vinyl windows as a breeze comes in. Vinyl flooring is big now too. What about your driver's license and credit cards? Do you ever handle those? That's why we can't run and we can't hide from plastic. Again, my goal is not to make you afraid. I know plenty of you are wary of plastics as it is. Others, though, will be skeptical that it could possibly affect them, and so I need to make it clear that we're all exposed from multiple angles. While any steps you take to be mindful about your plastic use certainly do help, even if you use zero disposable plastic in a day, you're going to get exposure elsewhere and plenty of it. We need to actively cleanse the plastics that have been in our body all these years before we were wise to them. Otherwise, plastics become part of our organs, including our liver and even our skin. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Brings a whole new meaning to that song. Plastics don't just become part of our organs. They infiltrate them and oversaturate them. When the liver gets tired, stagnant, and sluggish from various factors in our lives, including high-fat diets, whether healthy or obviously unhealthy ones, it has trouble filtering additional plastics coming into our body. As the main filter of our body, our liver can only hold on to so much. And so when plastics slip out of our liver, they end up getting to cells in other parts of our body, creating a film-like coating between cells in connective tissue, muscle tissue, and nerve tissue. The film can become like a barrier that doesn't allow cells to breathe, potentially starving cells of oxygen and causing cell death to increase in certain areas of the body. This is on an individual cell level, like the concern we have about children and plastic bags and the reason they're printed with warnings about the danger of suffocation. As a result of plastic exposure, cells adapt and mutate, with new cells that are produced becoming infused with plastic residue. We want to be, oh, water break. And there's cat playing. Don't knock the iPad over, please. Don't do it. Don't do it. She did it. She did it. All right. I should definitely move it. The cat's in the box. Okay. Moving to where there's no cat in the box. Here we go. All right. Are we here as a result of exposure? Cell adapt and mutate with the cells that are produced becoming infused with plastic residue. Is that where we are? Bum, bum, bum. We want to be proactive about ridding plastics from the body. When we're young, it's easy to feel indestructible. And yet, all of us are going to get older someday. As plastic film and residue build up inside of us, we may not feel it in the present. We may not feel if it coats the cells inside of our lungs, for example. That doesn't mean that down the road it won't affect us. We need to be concerned now about what we're putting in and on our body so that we're not paying the price dearly later. Cleansing is a critical way of ridding plastics from organs such as the liver, getting plastics away from critical life, supporting cells, and helping prevent illness. Should I read the rest? Let me see. Well, I'll just read a little bit at the end of this. The troublemakers list, because this is the last of the troublemaker part of the series on Tuesdays, because then we're going to get to the foods that are the troublemakers. These are just the chemical parts of the troublemakers. Next week, we'll talk about food troublemakers. The examples I just shared are, I'm sorry to say, only some of the exposures we encounter day to day. What follows is a list of some of the most common troublemakers in our world that can pose problems with our health if we don't actively cleanse them. If you want to know more about how we encounter these and how they affect us, as well as how long it can take for the body to let go of each, you'll find further information in Liver Rescue. It's a book by Anthony William, medical medium. And I got like 3 of the books for $1.99 when it was on sale, the Kindle version. The celery one. Dang, that's bad. I should know. Oh, the thyroid one, and I have Cleanse to Heal, and he has an update version of the medical medium, and I'm excited to get that one because there's a lot of awesome recipes that I want to start using. The goal is knowledge and power. Becoming enlightened to what can harm us is our only chance of protection. So he talks about viruses and viral waste matter, which is like, okay, cytomegalovirus, CMV, multiple varieties of herpes simplex virus 1 and 2, multiple varieties of human herpes virus 6, 7, and 8, Multiple varieties of the undiscovered HHV 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Over 30 varieties, all but one undiscovered of shingles. Over 60 varieties, most of them undiscovered of Epstein-Barr virus. That's what I had an experience, which is why I really enjoy and relate to his books, because when he talks about what you hear from the doctors and even what you hear from natural doctors, I am talking about this stuff and I relate to it more because I've already experienced, he's like documented my life already, which of course I've been trying to figure out ways how to tell people what I've been through. It's been like kind of a very lonely journey and an experience that has been lonely because we live in this world of pizza and pasta and just all these things that I couldn't eat for a long time as I was discovering all these things. But it was awesome. I mean, I fucking hated it. But now that the virus, coronavirus, and COVID-19, I understand more of why I went through that. And now I know it's time for me to talk about it. Viral waste matter, byproduct, neurotoxins, dermatoxins, and viral corpse from these herpes family virus. So he talks about toxic heavy metals, aluminum, arsenic, barium, cadmium, copper, lead, mercury, nickel, toxic calcium. Oh my God, then there's the pharmaceuticals. That might have to be, let me see. No, I don't know if this is going to be another episode, but there's just so much. The pharmaceuticals, alcohol, antibiotics, antidepressants, opioids, statins, sleeping pills, steroids. These are all things, thyroid medications that kind of keep us sick. Arsenal, can air fresheners, cologne, conventional makeup, dry cleaning chemicals, hairspray, nail chemicals, perfume, scented candles, and it's just crazy because I remember using all these things, and some of these I still use because it's just a cheaper option here in DR, and I'm kind of on a budget right now. Like I still use like regular like Dawn dish detergent and laundry detergent. And I use bleach and Fabuloso to wash the floors for now until, because some of that natural stuff is really expensive, but I'm pretty sure I could just use like lemon or even apple cider vinegar or something to clean. But he talks about different let me see, bacterial and other microbes, chemical neuroantigen, DDT, and it's just unbelievable. The fruit fear, I've experienced that. Like my natural doctor was telling me not to eat fruit. I was only doing berries, and now that I'm actually eating other fruits, I feel so much better, even though a lot of those fruits like gave me a stomach ache. But now that I understand what they're doing to my body, I think even my body can handle it more, and mentally I can handle it more. So DDT, fluoride, herbicides, and I'll just talk about a little bit more about my experience. Even with my doctor and the technology that she had, she was even able to see, I want to say it was DDT, but that a weed killer, so maybe an herbicide or pesticide that she knew of that was supposed to be illegal and not used in Georgia or in the United States at all, that wherever I was, and I was between like Smyrna, Decatur, Marietta all the time between work and then different areas depending where I was working in the city, she detected in my body some of those illegal chemicals. And of course, you know, it frustrated her and she understood more than now. Half of the stuff that she was telling me now I understand because of the medical medium has broken down, like why she told me to stop using the microwave and why she told me to change my toothpaste. And at that point I was just tired of being sick, and I just did half and half. Like I kind of listened to her and didn't listen to her, and then had to listen to her if I wanted to get better. And now this dude, I come out, like he's been out for a while, and he's just doing exactly what I want to do and teach people to heal for free. And I just got to talk about it with you guys. And he already just has it all planned out. And I'm just so lucky that he's written these books and that he's doing these lives every day on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, and he's really inspiring me. And kind of took a break from listening to him because it's just like, I can relate to it so much. And I can feel that what he's saying is so true. Like I can't even believe it. But I'm super excited because now I know and have resources to teach everybody else how to heal and how I healed. And I don't have to send everybody to my doctor who may not have the money to get the supplements and the herbs and everything that she taught me. But now I'm learning a couple things that she didn't teach me, that medical medium taught me, that helped me quicker than how she could have helped me. And I'll end off with this, and I'll go when he talks about cleansing plastics. And I know one of them is doing the celery juice, which I've been showing you guys. And I could send like a cat nail and the nail of my cat and the hair of my cat, and she could test it and find out, I guess, get my hair and my nail and find out how or what is making me allergic to the cat, and she can make me something that makes me not allergic to the cat. And I've tried Benadryl and Claritin and all that stuff, which I don't do any over-counter medicines anymore. I haven't been doing any of those since 2015, since I was with my natural doctor. And now I'm not even taking supplements. It's just the food that I eat is keeping me strong, which is just incredibly thankful. Anyway, so the celery juice, I could do that process, which I tried to do, but they wouldn't let me from DR send out hair and nail samples. I had to do it through like a laboratory, through a doctor, and I don't really have that connection because I just don't go to the hospital or the doctor. But I tried with the connection I did have with my mom, because she's very active with doctors and hospitals. And I'm not going to say much about that, but I just noticed the difference of the path that I took, and everything's going to be okay. Everybody's going to get healed with time and love and acceptance. But that process I could have done, or instead, I decided to try the celery juice because I saw so many people talking about it, and I did it 4 weeks straight. I did 16 ounces, which I don't recommend. I recommend you doing 8 ounces and working your way up, because for me personally, I had diarrhea the second week, like literally 7 days straight, and luckily I worked from home, and I know not everybody does. So the celery juice I did for 4 weeks, and since I don't know, September or November of last year, I've officially, after 32 years of life, I'm 32 years old, I'm not allergic to cats. I have 3 cats in the house. Anybody who knows me personally, which I don't know anybody who's watching, if they do know me super personally, have known me for the past, let's say 10 years, they've known how highly allergic to cats, how I get rashes on my arms, my eyes get puffy, itchy face and everything, and can't breathe and sneezing. And it's just incredible. And that's really why I'm doing this series, and really why I'm just showing you this medical medium information, but also telling my story in a way, because with the COVID-19 virus, I just feel so bad that everybody's so afraid and so scared, and they don't understand the power of fruits and vegetables in their body. And I know it sounds so simple, and like we can't accept that life is really that simple, but it really is. So go ahead and end it, because I just started blabbing and getting a little sentimental. But see you tomorrow for breathing. That was, once again, Medical Medium, Cleanse to Heal, about plastics. I'll put some more links, and we'll find out what other people say about it and put the information together, and, we'll just be aware of what's going on. And I hope that we can understand and accept that, we're not just a dying breed. It's just that we created things, and we're living and learning, and we're understanding the not the repercussions, but the consequences or the cause and effect of these incredible inventions that we make. And there's hope. Like, we can heal, we can do our lime water right when you wake up in the morning, 16 ounces. Following 15 to 30 minutes, you're on an empty stomach, you do your celery juice, work your way up to 16 ounces if you don't want to be on the toilet. And for me personally, I did it for 4 weeks straight, which is what I'm going to recommend for anybody who's trying to heal from anything. If you don't do it for 4 weeks straight, don't come to me and be like, that shit didn't work. 4 weeks straight, be consistent. And there's other things that I did. So, I mean, I was pretty much meditating. I was doing these breathing exercises. I was eating really clean. I was going to extreme matters. So, of course, maybe I will get a different result than other people. I stopped eating eggs. Eggs are so important to just stop eating if you're trying to heal. A lot of stuff. And that's why I'm doing this series, and I'm doing it a year, because I don't want to, it's overwhelming, but it's so beautiful and amazing. The life that we are, and the fact that if you are alive and well today, just be super thankful, because it is actually a beautiful and great time to be alive. So, acceptance is peace. God is love, and there's no man-made medicine, drug, or vaccine that's more powerful than time and love and apparently wild blueberries. Have a good night. That was late night edition. I made it. Troublemaker Tuesdays. I love you guys. Stay tuned, share, like, and I want feedback, any experiences that you've had. Please tell me, let me know. We just need to share our knowledge and feel good and be happy again. All right. Dun, 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 dun.